Oh. Alright. Alright, so I apologize from that. Could someone please tell me? Could someone please tell me how far I got in without not recording? In the chat, please. Could someone, like... How long did that go out for? It must have been like 30 seconds, if more. Can someone just tell me? There's like 10 viewers, 17 viewers. One of you must remember. Right? No? Someone? Write in the chat. Someone tell me. When I lagged out. Like how long? How long was it? How long was it? Like 1 minute? Okay. 1 minute? It's 17 minutes. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna backtrack. I'll backtrack. Hold on. 1709. Okay. I know how I'll go. Okay. Well, I apologize from that. I mean, I got like solid an hour and a half without doing that. Okay. Okay. I know where I'm going. Alright, so I apologize from that. Thank you, Pro League fan, for telling me. Do not mind that noise. The pylons being warped in. All that fun stuff. Yeah, it was weird. It was trying to, like, upload frames, but it just wasn't doing it. It was weird. Okay. Okay, we're back. We're at 15:59. I don't know how far we were in this. Okay, now we're back at regular speed. Okay, so anyway, we did see... Now we're seeing Pui gonna be starting to come out right about now. I do apologize for, like, lagging out from that time. Shouldn't happen again, I hope. My brother's not home, so hopefully we should be having Netflix being streamed here. So anyway, we're seeing that 4th and 5th base coming up right about now. Like I was saying before, if Pui realizes that these bases are up, this might just be game, but I'm not sure if he quite realizes that. And here comes the engagement, and he may lose the 3rd base, if I remember. He still has the Marines on the pack. He still has 4 of them alive here, but Joseph is doing fairly effective. Oh no, Joseph! No! Joseph! Oh, ow! Ow. Okay. Joseph died really. Ow. Okay, Joseph. Okay, so Pooh is looking in a very unbeatable situation right now with his units right now. Now, not to say that Arca can't win. Arca just doesn't have an army right now. If these bases are left to go on, he's going to be in such a lead. But, you know, this army is looking very, very, very powerful. And it might just be a repeat of Game 2 where we just completely saw Pui absolutely just wreck Arca, because what happened was he just killed off, he isolated this base and this base, or like, and on Tau Cross in the top right, he took the main base in that natural to the main base and really did a lot of damage to that. Ultimately, lost a lot of tanks, Dragoons up there as well. And yeah, I don't know. What Arca needs to build up a force to deal with this right now. He just does not have it. Also, I'd like to mention that he doesn't have Arbiter Tech, or he does have Arbiter Tech. He hasn't yet to make a single Arbiter. Because he's like this is where an Arbiter would be really effective, especially since they're all right next to each other. So, we'll have to see. But yeah, definitely getting a bigger force here. Are there a lot of spider mines? There are quite a few spider mines here, which is what didn't happen in Game 1. Which is why Pui lost Game 1. Maybe he's starting to realize that now. So, but, yeah. Gonna be going in here, gonna be doing... And now he's got a whiff of this base! Now, if the tank's on siege, though, might give him an opportunity to engage here. DT is out, which will stop any kind of run-bys happening. Oh, but he did scan. But he's smart. He's not going to unsiege these tanks. DTs are exposed. Did get blown up with their blue flames. And you know, every time when a Protoss unit dies, it's like blue. You know, right from the High Templar having their shadow blow up, it's blue. You know, DT, they have like a ghostly blue, you know, flame. Zealots have blue flame. Dragoon's blood is blue. Explosion from Protoss is blue. Like, everything from Protoss is blue, you know? I'm just starting to realize that. But ironically, Pui is actually blue skin. Which makes blue Protoss that much more awesome, but... So far, Arca's, you know, hanging in there. I mean, 111 to 110. So, dead even supply, but Pui's just not wanting to really do much right now. He's trying to take an expansion down here. Down at that 6 o'clock. He will be starting to shell away at that natural of the bottom right hand main base right there at that 4 o'clock. So, we'll see. I honestly can't tell you. Very interesting, very, very odd game. I can't again to predict. I mean, if Ark is allowed to, you know, sit back off the amount of bases he's at, it's gonna help him. I mean, but we're seeing that. Oh, okay, my mouse is being stupid right now. I mean, Pui's in a very strong position here. I mean, he definitely is not expanding as much as he would probably want to, but he's still producing units, which, or well, of course now he's not, but he's starting to shell away bases here, and that's what Arca is. Why Arca would have an ability to go in here. Did he engage? Yeah, he must have engaged, and I don't even think Pui lost anything. Yeah. He had an army up here, and I don't know what happened to it. Yeah, yeah, I think this game is still everything out of Arca's family. Pui playing it very smart, just killing off the expansions here, not getting too greedy with expands, and... I mean, definitely, I mean, we're thinking like 118 supply and like 20 minutes in the game. Definitely not where either player wants to be right now in a like, talk about tech. But, anyway, I mean, he's still at a pretty good position right now. DT is out. And Vulture Run-By is going to be commencing. We'll pretty much clean up this mineral line. If he's going to be micro, of course. One Protoss going down, leaving these Vultures to die, so not microing them at all. But he does know about that. Well, I'll be interested if he's going to send down more reinforcing Vultures to help reinforce that. And yeah, Arca is not really looking that strong right now. Now, yep, and it looks like, yeah, Vulture, that Zealot is going to be getting cleaned up right about now. Same time, Arca's getting a little bit more active with their units, but this, I mean, like, these Vultures are going to be just more than enough to kill these off, even with the +1 Protoss army. And this army is getting near impossible to kill off. Does he even start Arbiter Tech? I don't think he even has Stasis Field. Yeah, he's getting like 22 minutes, again, he's getting 22 minutes Stasis Field. I don't know if this is like his build order, but it's so bizarre. He doesn't even have... He has Bank, too. He can make a lot of Zealots right now, which he's not doing. He's making a lot of Dragoons, but he's still neglecting these bases right here. So this base is still running, but, or it's still up, but it's going to die. This base is going to die fairly shortly, as he can't really send any reinforcing to it. He's still mining from it, though, which is, I mean, definitely a plus for Arca. Pui did lose his base up here. I give the lead, I give the win to Pui, but, I mean, with this DT harassment going on right here, 4 kills, oh man, it's doing so much damage, and he doesn't have a scan. He doesn't have a scan, and he doesn't have signs of, so. Because, like, I don't know if this is his plan to, like, juke out his Terran opponent to, like, wait for Arbiter so he doesn't quickly go get, you know, Science Vessel Tech. Allowing him to kill off all of that stuff, but the DT will finally go down after 13 SCV kills. Taking him down to the bottom right to kill this base off, but DT is going to be in the mix here, but he did scan though, which should be able to clean it up, hopefully. Yep, he did go down. We'll be trying to get over that DT. Oh, but just unpowered though, so we'll not be able to do much. And we'll be in range of the Nexus. No, he will not. Just in range for the probes. But, I mean, somehow we're seeing Arca reclaim, like, all of his bases. Like, he's not afraid to take expansion, even though he's super far behind. Which, you know, I don't want to say, like, a bad thing, but I just do not see... Unless Pui can fuck up so bad, I really cannot justify him losing this game. But we'll see. Expand's going down. Still see 5 bases. Third. I mean, okay, so he has good saturation. His mine up his main and natural. He has his third running. Will be a lot better saturation when these 4 pros are running. He has good saturation. But does scan, so he's gonna be sending reinforcings up there. So, but completely undefended with 2 cannons with +2 coming up, I believe. +2. A lot of vultures. 124 supply to 122, so again, about even supply. But, I mean, I guess Arca's clawing his way back in this game somehow. Very interesting game. I mean, are we seeing a starport coming out of Pui here? Nope, no starport by 25 minutes in the game. So, very bizarre. Very, very, very bizarre. But we'll be sieging up here. And, yeah. Crazy shenanigans. Protoss Photon Cannon being warped in right about now. But now Pui's going to be allowed to take this base and the natural of that base. But, you know, at the same time, we're really only seeing 1 mining base coming out of Pui here. So, what's wrong? I mean, maybe, you know, maybe Arca's clawed his way back into this game, and if he kills out this base, what will Pui have? I mean, Pui does have, you know, banked minerals. And I'm surprised he's still not maxed out, and he's not producing vultures right now out of, like, 4 of these factories here, but he's gonna be going again! So much CPS from those tanks here, but finally closing the distance. Will it be enough, though? Tanks do a lot of damage. We'll be finally closing in the distance here, but those tanks, again, are still proving to be resilient. And imagine if a stasis field went down there. Imagine how different that would have been. I mean, he's only able to produce, what, 2 tanks at a time right now? 3 tanks, excuse me? So, I mean, it's very, very... it's so hard. Like, this is not definitely a standard game. It's not like a one-sided game. Which, I mean, for you guys, it's going to make it very, very entertaining. I'm as a caster, I cannot fathom to understand where this is going here. But Arcas will be sending reinforcements down to help out the 3rd base here, but tanks are already in position. Vulture, I mean, finally, though, these zealots can be able to finally, hopefully, kill off these tanks. At least the ones that are in siege mode, but look at that. Look at that tank numbers right there. So, still no upgrades. I mean, Pui's really not an upgrade player. I guess he's just like, you know what, screw it. I do not need upgrades. DT harass going again. But because SCVs are baller, they have 60 HP, so they do not get one-shotted by DTs. But we'll be able to clean that up. Maybe we'll be able to get a scan range. Oh, he does, too. And so he's just going to be able to go back in there, but he will have enough for another scan, though, so. DT's back at clawing his way back in there. So, I guess my favorite player to win this game, at least, is now Arca. I mean, Pui still has a very powerful force, 106 to 152, so yeah. But now bring back the harassment. We're going to see Pui getting a vulture run by, and going to be very, very effective, and going to be very hard. I'm just getting my monitor up a little bit closer. Yeah, very, very interesting game. Finally has his Arbiter up. Finally, he will have Stasis Field. No more. There we go. We're starting to finally see, like, actual late game Protoss. That's 28 minutes a game. So, very bizarre VVT. PVT. We can see random seed chinks in the center of the map doing absolutely nothing. We do see another base in the bottom right for Pui, so he's going to be off of 2 base. But, I mean, this base is already a third of the mined out, so we're really going to have to start seeing this base being started to utilize. There we go. Probably just actually went up. Just 5 vital probes, but yeah, Protoss is definitely being very strong right now. Pui just didn't have enough to really break through all the bases that he took. So I guess Arca played it very well. I would have just built units, but I probably would have lost. Hard to say what is exactly going on right now. I mean, both players are just trying to do any kind of harassing they can while they're getting up their armies. 106 supply to 180, 85. So, yeah. I mean, like, I'm just looking at the minimap. Like, there's really not that much. Like, there's really, I mean, we're just seeing a couple of units moving around and about here. So, I mean, I'd give the favor to Arca just because, I mean, not only the income that he's going to have, I mean, 3 bases with fairly good saturation, 4 bases, excuse me. Not really good saturation on the 4th base, but anyway. And, I mean, undefended tanks that could be Stasis Field, and, I mean, this base got killed. Or lifted off, at least. Which I didn't even notice. But, yeah. I cannot sing this song, actually. But we will have tanks pushing up for Pui right now. We'll be doing a pretty... you know, again, can't isolate the bases, but, I mean, we're going to have more than enough forces from Protoss to deal with that now. I mean, especially with that upgrade advantage, which I always heavily count on. Is he still getting upgrades? Is he still going to be an awesome person by getting that upgrades? You know, that forge is gone. Fleet Bacon has arrived, ladies and gentlemen. He's going carrier. He's getting air upgrades. He's just going carrier, because that's what D-rank players like to go. Oh, he does have enough for 2 stasis fields. But we'll be pushing out, though. We'll be harassing the only mining base coming out of Pui. Pui has yet to actually GG out of the game, but I do not want him to GG out. I want to see these Fleet Bacon at awesomeness. I mean, he's still getting... Who does not like to see Sky Protoss? But again, we do not see the carriers. We see the GG by coming out of Pui right now. And, oh my goodness gracious, ladies and gentlemen, that was a crazy game. I thought Arca would have lost it, but ultimately just won the game. And a very interesting nevertheless. So, we've seen 3 macro games so far, so definitely I'm not going to complain about those. So, what do we say from that game? I think what to say from that, I mean, I totally ran out of stuff to talk about that game. Like, I'm sorry, I would not have a story to, like, last, like, 15 minutes after every person killed off each other. But what saved Arca that game was, like, he just took so many expands that Pui couldn't do anything about it. So, like, Pui had a great army, but he killed off 2 of the mining bases, but allowed him to get up full saturation on, like, 3 bases. So, you know, in that regards, Pui probably could take his own expands. But, I mean, what could he do? Pui, I guess, in that position, the only thing, it kind of depended on what Arca did. Arca played that very well, what to do, if he realized it or not. I mean, what I would have done would have been build units, but, you know, it didn't really ultimately do too much. And, I mean, again, I would have been sending units into that, I wouldn't be taking expand, so I would have lost. But he just, like, you know what, screw it. He does not have enough units, mech's immobile, and I'm going to be able to do that. So, going to game number 4. Oh man, my stomach is like hurting because I've casted so long. But okay, going to game number 2. Match point. Game will be on Circuit Breakers. So very interesting map. So okay, so Arca's ahead. Pui has been playing pretty well. Still doing this 3 basing a lot. But that's not bad. So spawning in the top left, as our 3 basing Terran most of the time will be SGS's Pui. And then spawning in the bottom right, it will be the red Protoss player Arca, or the red Protoss Arca Arca's Crema. So actually, oh man, I hate when I accidentally move the overlay and I just, yeah. Okay, so let's see here. No, it's not using embedded, but that's okay. I don't know what embedded text means, but what have you. And then orange. So, orange and red are my favorite colors, and I have to say, it is really fantastic. Absolutely, like, my favorite colors. I mean, just blood red with like, pretty awesome stuff. And some in-game chat, I have no idea. Circuit Breakers. Now, I always mix this up with another map, so let me just double check. Okay, yeah, so Circuit Breakers, okay. Very macro-oriented map. And what we've seen from this series, I would not put it behind these players to go a macro style. I mean, Arca is going to be in the lead, though, so could show some potentiality to go cheese at this point. 2-1, sorry, 2-1. As he is ahead. But, I mean, yeah. Well, actually, when we talk through this map. This map is Circuit Breaker, so your natural is very easy, blah, 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 blah. You have a standard ramp. You have a mineral-only third, or no gas. And then you have this far-off potential third base. Problem in this matchup, though, with siege tanks being active as they are, they could be positioned, like, anywhere and get to that mineral line. It doesn't really matter if they're here, here, here. You can even drop them here, behind here. So they're going to be in range. So it's going to be very hard to take these bases, but we'll see. I just got a notification from Skype, which I might have a co-caster. So give me... So while that's going on, after this game, I'll get my co-caster in here. But he's rarely played Brood War, so we'll see how it goes down. But you guys would not know him, as he's mainly my StarCraft 2 buddy. But he does love to cast, where I think we're pretty fun to cast with. But anyway, we will be seeing standard opening coming out of Pui here. Now for Arca, I'll be going standard stuff as well. In the middle of a game. Okay, so get out. Okay, so now I'm just telling what my buddies should be doing right here. So Cybercore is coming up right now. So standard stuff coming out of both players. I cannot see any kind of variation whatsoever from these builds. To be completely honest, I mean, seeing did actually pump out a Zealot first, which definitely normally means aggression, but I mean, he's still putting on an expand. So I mean, it's like, yeah, he gets the Zealot out, but he didn't go. Well, I don't know. He got his gas later, I guess. Yeah, he's going for definitely a more quicker gateway than what he's normally used to. So, yeah, so he's going to be getting that gateway up right about now. That Nexus. Now I'm going to be getting up that Dragoon. So, getting, I guess, a little bit more delayed. We'll be getting down that machine shop right now as well. And continuing producing out those Marines. Around 4 Marines is what Pui loves to do. I mean, his build order has won one of the 3 games that he's played. I think he should be doing this. I think he should put down a bunker at his front door, but he's not. He's not been doing that. Actually, well, he doesn't need to. He doesn't realize that he needs to have it. So he's doing the same opening. He's going to be probably putting down an expand sooner or later. Maybe putting down another factory though. He's done both. Good saturation so far on the main base as well. That expand has gone down so far. Range has come up so far as well, and Protoss Gateway, second gateway, has come up right now. So maybe we can do some 2-gate pressure right here. Marine is scouting for something. Oh. Oh, he never... Wait. I have a feeling he never scouted. I don't think Pui scouted. Yeah, I don't think Pui scouted. Oh, I'm just... Yeah. Wait, no. Yes. He scouted. Okay, I was just like, wait a minute. Did he just not scout? He's checking for proxies. Very, very smart though. Okay, now here comes the FD push that I've been talking about so endlessly. FD pushes, you know, like I've been saying from his playstyle, you know, he can look like he's going for an expand behind it. You know, you can do either or. An FD push, you know, these can be defensive units as well. You know, get around 5, 6 Marines. He got 5. You know, he got 6 actually. 4 to 6 Marines is what I've seen from this push. Now, will this get hard countered? I mean, there are ramps, so it's very much like Destination. You do have these ramps here, which sieging, you know, further back can definitely help, which means that the tank's a little bit out of position here. Even brought an SCV in here. Marines are gonna start firing away here. May lose a Dragoon. Does not, and should be able to kite these Marines fairly fast. And Zealot does melt very quickly. These Dragoons are getting fairly low on HP, but he does have 2 gateways up. He does have range just finish. So yeah, he's going to be able to kite this very well, but he feels like he's done enough damage, or he can't really do much damage to this, so he's got to push back. So, you know, FD push cross positions on this map, I mean, it's kind of hard to do, and FD push is never meant to kill. So, I mean, just putting a little bit of aggressive standpoint, you know, not making, I mean, showing that Pui can do some aggression, that he's not, that Arca's not really used to. I mean, Arca might have seen that one push taking out the 3rd base, but then Pui was, you know, for the later part of the game was very inactive with his units. So, you know, it's gonna be you know, Pui does have this passive playstyle to him. I mean, his openings may be, you know, routine. I think that's one of the things that Pui's doing right now. It's what's making him somewhat of a weaker player, in my opinion. Is that he's so... Now, again, I can't confirm this, but I feel like he's so wrapped up in these timings that he's just not... He's not doing anything. So, like, what I mean by that is, like, so he goes for that FD push, or he found this timing window when he does a two base timing, like those kind of pushes against, you know, a 3rd base Protoss or what have you. I mean, those things are like timing pushes. But he's not doing anything other than, he's not really being active with his units super effectively. He's sending out vulture packs, but not really taking out his tanks. You know, where the bulk of his army is. Now, not to say you can't really be immobile with your tanks, but you know. Something for Pui to acknowledge, or for me to acknowledge. Maybe I'm completely wrong. You guys can feel free to agree with me or not, but yeah. Anyway, we will be seeing a very high Dragoon count, up to 3 gates right now, 4 gates actually. And he's probably going to be getting up that shuttle, if it's not already out as well. We'll be expanding twice. Oh, yeah, he's taking down the, around that 6 o'clock instead of at this base over here. Maybe even... Oh, is he double expanding? That greedy bastard. Oh, man. But we will see that SCV. We'll be scouting that base. Maybe checking for that other base coming up right now if he's going to be able to check that out. But yeah, we'll be on to that ramp here, and we'll potentially see that pylon, which may mean another expand. Which, I mean, a lot of Protosses put down a pylon and then a expand, but does not see any kind of nexus right there. But that is a lot of Dragoons, FYI. He might even get a +1. Nope, not getting like +1 Mass Dragoon, which would be pretty awesome. But, you know, you have to be wary of this map, though, because, you know, you have to realize, though, that there's ramps everywhere. Like, he walled this area off. Dragoons are going to have to run into 2 Spider Mines, and then 1 by 1, maybe 2. I think only 1 can funnel in each of these. So, really, at max, 2 Dragoons can get in here, and while 1 is kind of slightly blocked off. So, it's interesting. So... Yeah, definitely very macro style out of both players now. I'm waiting for an expand. I'm like, I want to know. Maybe this pylon's just to detect everything, and then kind of cheesy is coming up this ramp, which, you know, it's kind of like an off record or kind of like an offset place to go up, because you're like, well, I mean, you're like, you see you can't go up here, so you go around, so you just know when that's coming in. We'll be transferring probes down to the 3rd base here. So, I mean, very, very, very interesting. But Terran's off a 3 base, but opted to go for the mineral only, being a little bit more cautious. But, you know, but to note, though, I mean, he doesn't have to worry about siege lines, because, you know... Actually, I shouldn't say that, because, you know, by the time I say that, we see the 4th base coming up right about now. So, very quick 4th. You know, while I'm saying that, I bet, like, he's going to have that dropship of his, which I don't think he even got that shuttle this game. I'm not seeing that shuttle anywhere. Yeah, I don't... Well, he's getting +1. Getting those upgrades, which is nice. Yeah, I do not see that shuttle anywhere. Yep, just for obs, getting leg speed has just finished. No, just started. So, I mean... I just totally lost my train of thought, man. What was I just talking about? I totally forgot what I was talking about. Well, so be it, more gateways are being placed down right about now. And next is coming up. More gateways, still getting +1. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm like thinking like he's gonna take his shuttle and then be like sneak into his base, mind control one of the SCVs, and then run away. I feel like that would be something that would happen. To be completely honest, there. I mean, like, right when I say that, just so Fitz can be wrong, that's just gonna happen in the game. Like he doesn't have to worry about siege lines. Oh well, yeah, but he got a CC and he's now producing siege tanks, and he like a jerk about it. But I don't know. I've always done it against a computer. I'm not sure if you guys have ever done it, but like you just mind control one of the SCVs, and then you're like, yo, I have, and then you do it on like BGH. So unlike. So for each race you have, you can still get 200 supply. Oh, and those Spider-Man's doing a lot of damage right there. We'll be walling that area off. So 4 base versus 4 base. So yeah, this is like a very, very macro style game again. This will be the time where we should be seeing Stargate. Yes, it will. Stargate is coming up right about now. We'll be getting down that observer speed as well. We'll be checking for any kind of 5th base coming up right now, as he's saying Pui really taking a lot of expands, and I mean Arca can't really punish these right now, as he's taken so many expands himself. He's kind of like, it's kind of hard to break this, and, you know. In its own right, I mean this map's kind of like Fighting Spirit. I mean, the 3rd's gonna be a little bit harder because you're on the lower ground. But so I mean, aggression can be a favorite on this expansion. But that is not to say that you cannot put down 40 siege tanks over here and not just decimate everything on the high ground. I'm just saying aggression can be favored on that expansion. But you know, without Terran really overextending himself, they could pretty much sit back pretty well. And in my opinion, I think this map's probably more favored for Terran anyway, because I mean you can get on these high grounds, you can get siege tanks, you know, high ground on a lot of the expansions as well. Can definitely favor. So I just because of like the terrain would probably go, in my opinion, to Terran. Now, do statistics back that up? I don't think so. I think it's probably a very well balanced map because it's a Brood War map. Because a lot of Brood War maps tend to be very, very balanced in their own right. But we'll be trying to get a Vulture run by going now. Oh well. Well, I guess my co-casting idea will no longer work. And just did lose a Zealot to a Spider-Mine, if not 2. I wasn't really paying attention. But, okay. Vultures. Okay, so what are we seeing for tech? We're seeing more gateways coming out of Arca. We're seeing, you know, +1 missile. He's going very fast. He's going, like, really fast carrier. And up to 4 base, 5 base, that's not necessarily the worst thing to do. I mean, definitely not orthodox, but can definitely pull it off, potentially. You know, I've seen 2 base carry rushes before, and I'm like at all when they work. Because when I try them, they do not work. But, yeah, so he's going carrier. Now, what are we seeing coming out of Pui here? Pui just going straight on mech. No Goliath yet. And the armory's just coming up. So very, I mean, pretty delayed armory, in my opinion. I mean, also the fact that Pui just neglects upgrades entirely out of this, like, out of game number 4. But yeah, these carriers are going to be in production. He's getting down 2 more, if not... What was that upgrade? Oh yeah, he was getting some fleet bacon upgrade, yeah. He's getting increased interceptor, I believe that's what that, which one is. So we're seeing carriers in TVP. Crazy late game stuff. But we'll be cannoning up pretty very hard. So I mean, I guess it's kind of hard to justify what Arca's doing because Arca's being very, very passive. But as it is very being aggressive with expands. But problem is always like Pui only wants to send his vultures into attack. But you know the problem is vultures are less than Dragoon. Like that just like you match them up, it just doesn't work. Tanks plus vulture first Dragoon. You know, most of the time vulture tank wins. So yeah, he may lose this 3 o'clock, not the biggest deal. I mean, what's gonna happen is that, you know, Pui may not realize that this is coming. I mean, it still is very high on the energy of all these on all these things. He's not scanning, so this could definitely catch him off guard here. I mean, the fleet bacon is off the side. You know, 3 carriers, 4 carriers at once, getting those interceptors going. He's getting upgrades going. He doesn't even have double cyber core. No, he's still getting. I don't really know what his upgrades are. It's a very nice spread. This is what I like to see from Pui from game 1, where he didn't spread it up his tanks well enough. But but you know, Arca's engagements really aren't really the best either. He's kind of running into siege lines where he really shouldn't be. But that's okay. I mean, what have you? It happens. It's okay if you lose some of your Dragoon buddies. It's okay. And tanks are susceptible, but I don't think he notices. Or if he's even in range. This base is gonna get killed off. This base is gonna get killed off. So I mean, like, the weird thing though is like, you know, Arca's been able to take all these bases for so long. Like, he can afford to build carriers, like 3 or 4 carriers, building all their interceptors, and still produce enough gateway units to, like, actually just, like, fend off attacks. Like, that's how crazy this game is. Like, Intel's gonna be closing in. Will they be enough? I guess it will not. +1 or +3 will be killed off. And I feel like, though, we're not even seeing, unless we're seeing a very high Goliath count coming up all of a sudden. I mean, I'll have to keep an eye on that. I'm not quite sure if, I mean, he definitely has a lot more Goliath than he normally has, but, oh, getting a couple more tanks off, but that much is freeing up supply for Goliath. I mean, he's not really producing much right now. 148 supply, 187. He's just gonna throw his ace of cards right at Pui here, and I'll be very interested how this is gonna go down. What are these techs? So he doesn't have that great of upgrades right now. Getting Arbiter of Tribunal too, so he's even gonna get that cloak going as well, which is now gonna allow him to actually just go kill off the Goliath from the Goliath are very good against carrier, but you know, if they're cloaked, you know, they can do, the DPS of carriers is so insane. And this is the crazy thing about Arca, like, these past games. Like, he's been so aggressive with expands that Pui just cannot keep up with these expansions. Like, the map's so big, he just cannot. I mean, vultures can kill off probes, but they can't kill off nexuses. Like, it just doesn't work like that. It just, yeah, but yeah, I think he's caught on. I think he has way too many Goliath to really, yeah, he knows, like, but you know, with +1, with better upgrades, I mean, Goliath, I mean, this is an insane amount of Goliath. And the benefit to going carrier would be catching him off guard, but you know, now we're seeing, you know, Pui, you know, reacting to this very well, and I think he even has the upgrade. If not, he's going to be researching very quickly. The main's going to be very quickly mined out for Pui right now, and Pui's going to be advancing across the map here. We have carriers. Carrier has arrived. But here we go. He does not have the Arbiter right here, and they're taking a lot of hull damage right now. Carriers are gonna go for it, but I think he's just smart enough to go. He's just trying to get over in ledge, so that's probably what he needs to be doing right here. What he needs... If you could win Carrier, DT, Arbiter, that would be absolutely fantastic. Or Emping, too. You know, Emp could be so effective against this army because they clump up so much. But keep in mind, that's like, what? Oh, like a third of their HP gone. And yeah, he's still yet to make an Arbiter, though, which is going to be one of the key things he needs in this army. But yeah, I mean, the other thing is, like, he doesn't even need, like, these expansions. Like, he still has, like, main bases that are totally fine. Here come the Carrier fleet! Carrier has arrived. Look at their awesome portrait, ladies and gentlemen. Here come the Carriers. But keep in mind, though, that Goliath can be reproduced very quickly. Carrier, where have you gone? Carrier has arrived. And, wow, look at the interceptors on screen. Absolutely fantastic. Chose the best position possible. Now, I'm just kind of crazy by the amount of interceptors that are on screen right now. Kind of absolutely crazy. It's a super late game PVT. And, yeah, and this map, though, I mean, you know, I mean, like I was saying, favors Terran in a traditional TVP, standard TVP, you know, where we're going high gateway in for Protoss. But, you know, here, you're going to be able to, you know, exploit these ridges up here, go on the high ground, go on those ramps, and really, you know, kill off these Goliaths here. I mean, he's not going to stop here. He's going to get more, carriers. He has, I mean, it's 2 chilling in his base. He could get Arbiters if he'd like to, and he's not getting more upgrades, but he could. It's kind of hard to keep track of this, because they're so, like, confined to each other. It's not like a big Protoss army that's, like, halfway across the map, and it coils. 1 missile turret, ladies and gentlemen, does not fight off a dozen carriers. That +1. Or +2. I want to see him add a scout. Yeah, Pui is going to need some kind of miracle. He needs to emp that army, and he needs to get Goliath. Or what he could do what Boxer did, and it's the most ridiculously stupid build. You get medics, and they blind, and they have 1, and they can't attack anything. You know, because like the sight range is so bad, but losing a lot of carriers here so far, he is target firing down the bodies of them, or the holes, or whatever you want to carry them, and he's actually getting a lot of fire here. Back at home, he does have, I'm back from, I don't know who, Joe, Queen, and, is that to me? Is that to me? Oh, I come dark. Cool. We have our tournament admin back. There's the GG, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. So, I wanna, yeah. I mean, you just look at the map. I mean, Arca played that so well. Absolutely ridiculous. So, I mean, oh, we're going to go to game number 5, ladies and gentlemen. So, I mean, crazy stuff. I'm just going to go in D&D. I'll still read what is going on from my awesome buddy here, but be on D&D. And then we can actually have some more iCup reps going down, or iCup tournaments going down. So much crazy stuff. That's the benefit to live casting for so long. Like, all this random stuff. Oh, we almost got a co-caster in here. If you guys want to co-cast, go ask me, because I'm totally cool with anyone wanting to co-cast. Okay, but anyway, that game was absolutely crazy. These games have been absolutely, like, this is a good round of 8, people. This is great, round of 8. But what we saw there was, like, inactive Pui again. I mean, Pui is being active with the Vultures, but to really, you know, I mean, what the thing is, Arca's reacted to this perfectly what Pui's downfall is. Pui's not being active with his tanks, not being active, and not being decisive of where are not attacking where it really counts. He's attacking these far off expands, which is fine, but he's not attacking like the meat of the Protoss. You know, that third, the natural, you know, containing the Protoss, where all their tech is. You know, they're killing off these far off expands, but the problem is, it's in that way. It's like, how do you put it like this? I'm trying to think. Like, he's attacking these far off expansions. Sure, that one in game number 2, game 2. But now, I mean, Arca's like, well, I don't care. I'm gonna still have my consistent like 3 base, 4 base. So I'm gonna go take off these expansions, and you're gonna kill them. Because like it's kind of like aggro for Pui here. Pui needs to acknowledge the fact that he needs to protect these main core bases to like actually do some economic damage. I mean, yeah, killing off the expansions, yeah, that's great, but you know, you gotta get those tanks out more. I mean, he's like feeding him vultures. I mean, the benefit to this is like it's not like a Warcraft where like your hero gets leveled up by killing stuff off, but like here they're just tossing away vultures. Like, yeah, that's fine, but like toss them with tanks. Like, don't lose your tanks, but like use them as fodder for the tanks to do their damage against the Protoss army, and then move into their natural. I mean, that's a very, very well way to play mech, and I'm just a little disappointed we're not seeing that style coming out of Pui right now. But you know, we'll see that maybe in game number 5. Yeah, game 5. I think, yeah, because it's 3-1 so far. So guys, remember it's the best of 5. So wait, how does that work? Best of 5. Whoever wins 4 games? Yeah, that's not how it be. Yeah, okay. I'm a little out of frame right now. Sorry. Okay, so let me get these games going right here. Okay. Alright. This scenario is unreadable because the file name is too long. So I gotta go change the name of the damn replay. Okay. So BRB right back. Okay. Going DRTL Season Round 8, Arca versus Pui. By the way, these games have been like the longest series I've casted. They're all macro. They've been like 2.5 hours of just like consistent macro games. Not a bad thing. It's just like, you know, it's just not absolutely crazy. Okay, so anyway, let's clean this up. Let's just kill some of that off. Okay. Now we shorten the timing of that rep, and we're gonna go back into rep. Okay, here we go, guys. The next map is going to be on Fighting Spirit. Now, let's see how this is gonna go down. I'm gonna go for Arca this game. I feel like he's a very much a he knows how to beat Pui very well. All right, so spawning in the bottom right, it will be the orange Zerg. Oh, excuse me, wrong replays. Wrong replay. That was the next series. Alright, create game. It's like a little out of it. Okay. Wait, no it wasn't. Wait, what? Right, how do you win a best of 3? Huh. Oh, you know what it might have been? It's the non-spoiler. That's what it was. That's what it's the non-spoiler reps, I think. Where is it? Come on. This is really conflicting to me. Listen to some music while, well, I can still continue to talk. Yeah, okay. So Arca, Crema. Let's see here. Let me. Turtle. Yeah, I guess that was the end. Yeah, never mind. No, that makes sense. Best of 5, you win 3 games. So yeah, so Arca won. Yeah, Arca won. So actually, if we go back, sorry, it took me a while to go to that. Okay, so you guys can see this right now. You can see, so it took me a little bit of a while. I'm sorry. So what we saw here, we just casted Arca versus Pui. Pui got eliminated. I'm sorry. But that Terran needs to... Terran, he just needs to work on what to attack. Otherwise, he's a pretty good player. So, Arca won. Now we're gonna go into Afer versus Elwa, these two players. Now, this is the interesting thing. So, I don't know if it's like a walkover or if it's this guy's name, but we have R, or A-E, R, I'm gonna call him R, but it's versus Pt.2 Reminon. So, I don't know if this player is Elwa. I'm gonna call him whatever this guy's name in game is, but I just want to acknowledge the fact that this might be Elwa, and I'm just being stupid, and I just don't know this guy's second ID. Like, please do a caster a favor and use your name. Be great. Okay, so I'll just change it in game. But all right. Anyway, so in-game overlay. Let's do this. Okay. So Arca Crema, congratulations, you have gone down to the round, the semifinals, which I am congratulating you for because that's how cool you are. So the first game's gonna be on match point. My second favorite map, spawning in the bottom left. It will be the Brown Protoss Vitria Reminion, or whoever Elwa is, or potential Elwa. I'll call him Elwa, but his name in the thing will be that. So you guys are just wondering. Okay, finding the top right, it'll be Agur. I'm sorry I'm butchering these players' names, but like, I do not know how to pronounce these guys' names. And it's game 1, by the way, of the round of 8 of Agur. Yeah, I do apologize. I do not mean to do this to you guys. I'm Elwa. It's gonna be Vitra. Oh man, that's such a long name. Okay, so Ramunion. Fight Ray Ramunion Brown. Alright, so Brown. Or maybe AKA potentially Elwa. Could someone verify that with me in the chat? Because I do not know. Maybe a Pro League fan knows. If he clarified something else. Okay, but alright, so PVZ. Okay, so interesting matchup. A lot of Hydra busts are the thing right now. In this matchup. In my opinion, I was actually reading an article on Team Liquid about this, and apparently, actually, Protoss is actually having difficulty with it. Which, in my opinion, of what the games I've seen, you get early storm, you storm that Hydra bust, and you get Coursera, and you're pretty good. Oh, what is he doing? What is Vite Ray doing right now? I'm gonna call him Vite Ray. Fitch Ray. What is Fitch Ray doing? Is he one basing against a Zerg? Which is, it's D rank, so you can see quote unquote interesting builds, but I don't think you would get this far in a tournament with using interesting builds. The only thing is like one basing with this, even wall off correctly, first off. But number 2, the problem with like walling off of this map is that now when Hydra come out, they can just contain Protoss so easily, and now they can't get the Corsair Fest. He did get the gas, so he's technically just something. And pulling out 2 probes here. Is he? Yeah, he went speedling opening into hatchery. So I actually didn't even see what Aggro was doing. I do apologize for that, but yeah, he was going speedling opening. So I guess that's why. You can hold off this push. That's why he was doing it. I'm sorry. I didn't see that build order. I do apologize. So yeah, speedling opening has arrived. Oh, will this just be a quick game? Oh. Speedlings have gotten into the base here now. This isn't gonna be like ISL Suzuki links, but oh man. One probe has gone down, so we'll be able to get other ones. No, but they're being aggroed. So actually not really doing too much with those Lings right now. They are being kind of killed off right now. We do have a hatchery coming up right now. Looks like a third is going to be coming up very, very shortly. So, I mean, a bit different. I mean, this map would probably be doing it because what happens... I mean, what happened in the ISL a while back... oh, actually going to be able to get maybe another pro kill here if he's not careful. But what happens is if you go speedling opening, you can actually get 2 drones to mine this area off. And then now a protest wall is fucked up, and then you can't... And then Lings just get run into your base, and you can cry about it. So that's probably why he was trying to do it. I mean, he didn't send 2 drones over to mine that out, but what have you. Okay, so he brought a drone over to the bottom right and did not proceed to put down expand. So I guess just 2 base Zerg, putting on a macro hatch actually. So not standard for just to say the least. But so 2 base Hydra bust, something that I've always wanted to test against a traditional Protoss opening, but not against this build order, so we'll see. Hydra are going, I mean, V-Tray did get into the base here, so, and gonna be able to get a couple drone kills, if not 1 or 2, might be able to get a second one, but he will start to be able to drill. But now, this is just gonna be super annoying for V-Tray to deal with. I mean, Lings are gonna be so annoying to get a contain on here, or to get a surround, excuse me. And... you know, trying to do the best of his ability to drill, Gazelle's still alive, though. Can I select that? Can I select a 21 HP? And we'll just be running out of there, because they're awesome. Probably will die, though, on his retreat. Both these, but he will be seeing that today's macro hatch will be getting a lot of Ling pressure. Okay, so we're seeing 1 gauge Stargate. These 2 Lings are still in the base, FYI. I just want to acknowledge, okay, 1 Ling, okay, that should be less effective. I also, you know, Protoss is actually was flying high in a lot of minerals, but is going to be getting that expansion up. Now remember, one guy was saying, you know, the reason why you go 2 base Protoss is because it's how you afford this tech while also, you know, getting your gateway units up and stuff, because this is kind of like really all in. You can't really afford stuff at 1 base kind of thing. Kind of oversaturating the simulator, FYI, but. So we'll see. I mean, he will have this core step around the same time. I guess he would have an expansion up, but keep in mind though. I mean, everyone's down 1 base, which I'm not gonna say that Augur really or how V-Tray really dealt with that like the best way he could have. I mean, you could definitely defend that with 2 bases here, but maybe he was a little anxious about that mineral field being knocked down here. Oh, but he tried it in a better position here, but ultimately just lost both of those zelts here, and oh, that's gotta hurt. But you know, back at Arger's base here, Ager is gonna actually have, you know, Hydra, and we'll have probably a Spore colony up. Nope, doesn't have a Spore. So, I mean, he's gonna get 2 kills as Overlord. Is he gonna, and he's gonna continue to produce things. Even put up a cannon. Don't really know what's that all about, but anyway. Hydra are gonna try to do this, but they're kind of slow, and they're not gonna be able to do too much. It's Overlord. Just gotta be trying to do it. Trying to kill this guy off. Probably will get it actually. But taking a lot of hit from the Hydra. Find another victim to kill off. Too bad. I would not want to be an Overlord in Brood War. Like, their kill ratio is way, way higher in Brood War and TVP, or in ZVP than StarCraft 2. I would not want to deal with that, but anyway, so of course they're going to be roaming the base right here. I mean, there are going to be a few Hydra, but I mean, keep in mind, there isn't like a 20 Hydra on the base, so it's going to be a little annoying. Oh, he even burrowed. What a douchebag. Like, he burrowed in that base, and yeah, that's kind of being a douchebaggery right there. I'm a little sad, but yeah. But he is getting up a sunken, which, you know, not necessarily he needs. Yeah, he's wow. You never see like burrowing units. I mean, besides Lurker, but like laying burrow, like that's epic. I'm liking that. I'm liking her right now. Definitely much more different than what we saw the standard between Arc Pui. So, oh, he's just gonna unburrow and then run into the base. Oh, he's like cool. He's gonna be running in that base right there. Will he find an opening? He did find an opening. Oh, that's actually kind of good. Actually, I'm surprised with that. But there's already a cannon in the base, so these, I mean, very nice like Sim City. You didn't even get a burrow in the main base. Like, wow. That's actually being really annoying. But like, the problem is like there's like cannons, so it's like you can't really do too much. And that's in range of like everything except for that one gateway. Actually, almost pretty much. He could probably still go in there and kill off some of that stuff. But we'll have a lot of Hydra. But yeah, so we're actually starting to kind of see when the downfall is going 2-base Hydra plus just doesn't work. That is a lot of Hydra though. We'll be able to micro away. Trying to micro the rest of his ability here. We'll be target firing that, but Zealots are beefy units, and they do 16 damage, and I believe it's like 5 hits to go for Hydra. And we'll be putting up probably a cannon to deal with that. Did lose, the gateway, actually. So bizarre, lowly game. It's D rank, so, I mean, let's be a little fair to these guys, but, very, which is kind of why I like watching, this is kind of why I like doing amateur games, because, I mean, you see a different kind of playstyle. I mean, wow, that is overkill with the amount of cannons, but hey, you need to kill with that one ling, man. You gotta kill with that one ling. Yeah, that's a lot. That's 4 cannons for one ling. Well, probably just in case for no other ling run by. We are getting upgrades that just finished, so he has +1. But I mean, it is 10 minutes in the game, and Protoss, V-Ray is yet to actually take an expand. So, I mean, he has a moderate opening here to do some damage, but there's a lot of Zealots though in defense for that. And he has +1, so he's getting Spire. So we'll see. Getting a lot of Ling heavy too, which you don't normally get. Ooh, he's getting Overlord speed, so he could go for Ling. But I mean, he could go for Draw to follow that up. But I mean, getting Overlord speed standard. But oh, may lose a Corsair. Nope, but they do have that +1 that armor of 1 in general without even getting any air upgrades. So double effective. Ooh, Zal's gonna be trying to make their way over to the base here. So we'll force the Hydra back. So yeah, you know, Hydra gonna be like, yo. But those Kenyans actually run faster. I mean, I'm afraid Johnny runs faster than a Hydralisk. So yeah, Johnny's gonna be okay, but Johnny's gonna be running into Lings and a lot of Hydra. So Johnny and his friends may just die. Johnny's gonna go down the ramp, and Johnny's gonna go into the 4th of Arher. But you know, Arher's actually taking another expand, which is somewhat concerning. But yeah, Arher's like, I mean, Beat Ray's like, well, Johnny's like, you know what? I'm gonna go in here and do as much damage as I can, man. But Johnny's like, yo, I'm cool. I got 10 of me in there, or 9 of me. I forget, 10 or 9. I'm trying to count, but yeah, Johnny's just killing off Hydras and ones. He's probably happy to do you mean? I mean, which one's Johnny? Johnny has to have kills. Yeah, this is Johnny. This is Johnny right here. So Johnny, well, he's doing all that fun stuff. Do we see Storm? Nope. We see finally gonna be pulling off probes. Is he gonna transfer? He's gonna transfer a couple probes down there. Instead, then we're gonna see a 3rd base in reaction to that base being operational. But we're actually going to see another expansion coming out of V-Tray right now. So, I mean, V-Tray is going to go mass Zealot. We haven't yet to see a single Dragoon or any other tech unit besides Corsair. And now we're starting to see High Templar. But it's kind of hard to tell any kind of timings now, because this game is so far off from standard. Their openings have just been so bizarre. Like, we saw, like, 9 pool, which is fine, into, like, burrowed Lings in the main base. But I guess that unorthodox play got them this far, or at least for Arher. I mean, that's probably what threw off V-Tray's, you know, build order. You know, he has to react to that in time. But I have to say, he hasn't played this terribly. I mean, it's somewhat, you know, it's kind of stabilized into a normal game. I mean, seeing a 3rd base, oh, but he found it. Very nice by Arger. Nope, 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 never mind. He had the ability to kill that off, but nope, never mind. Might be like a little scared of any kind of counter push. And pushing out a ramp versus Zealots, actually not the worst idea. Yes, they will have to push back here, which will, I mean, the reason for that, so, Zealots can't really get a good enough surface area on the Hydra. So, I mean, you know, Archer is the best position for these, you know, Zealots, for these Hydra to engage in. Ultimately speaking, though. Alright, so, Hydra could be attacking this base right now. Like, needs to scout for that 4th base. Like, he needs to, like, especially in a map like this where, you know, where that gas is going to be needy for Protoss. It's probably where they're going to take it. But he's getting lurkers now, so not bad. We're seeing Spire. We saw no Scourge. We saw no, like, any kind of, like, Mutalisk. So, I mean, that Spire is pretty much just used for any kind of Corsair, to deal with any kind of Scourge. But Corsair production has stopped. No, it has not. I take that back. He has a Scourge out. No, he had a Scourge. Maybe he just had Scourge out to deal with those earlier, which I didn't notice. But, anyway. Yeah, that gateway is coming up right about now. Does have Templar Archives up and running. Probably does have Storm by now. I'd have to fathom he has Storm available. Lurking High Templar getting sniped. Not good control coming out of V-Tray for that engagement though at all. Oh man. We're just trying to figure out what's going on. We have a counter push coming over here for these Zealots. Down to the 3rd base. Is there anything going to be able to defend this? There is only one creep colony there, which isn't even a sunken yet. But there are 2 lurkers on that ramp. We'll probably could loop around and kill that off. But it's just going to go for it anyway and lose all those Zealots right there. Hasn't even killed that Scourge, so that Scourge is actually going to get some, you know, good, you know, finding out the unit composition. Finally, the first Dragoon at 16 minutes has popped out. We're up to 5 gateways. 5 gateways, finally getting up that robo to finally get up those observers. Very, very, very interesting, bizarre game. This 3rd base has been operational for V-Tray though for quite some time. So it's somewhat stabilized, but just tech is so much. It's so far off from where you're normally at. It's somewhat hard. Scourge, I believe, are on patrol. Nope, they are just checking for any kind of hidden expand. More cans are going down. Or a pylon. I'm guessing on that. Okay, so. Alright, so. Oh, that's right. So he does know about this base now, if he didn't know about it before. I heard explosions around the map, but I just do not know where they are. So, getting range right now as well. And you have to... I mean, Zerg is looking at a pretty much dominant scenario right now. I mean, look at that. Look at that creep spread. Not only that. I mean, that just shows interesting play. I mean, like, he almost has connected these bases. Just put down, like, 2 creep colonies and it's good to go. I was kidding, by the way. You do not need creep spread in Brood War. So yeah, here comes the Hydras, but I mean, this damage could have been done a lot quicker. He should be able to kill his base off, but I mean, we're losing a lot of casualties from this base though. Look how fast his cannons die though. I mean, Hydra are so powerful. Lurkers are also very powerful. Here, he's trying to reinforce that base, but it looks like it will go down. And I think Arthur's definitely gonna, you know, win this match. It's just, you know, I mean, we're seeing. I mean, look at the map presence of red on the map. It's somewhat ridiculous. I mean, just the amount of bases anyway. Nice Storm going down, doing a lot of Hydra right there. And that base has been killed off, so the rest of the Hydra should be able to clean that up. Does he have enough for another Storm here? He does. He's gonna let some of them clump up, and here we go. Once that Storm coming down, he does have more reinforcing High Templar with at least 4 each. This is not gonna look good. Ow, 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 ah. Ow, that's ow. That's really gonna hurt. Yeah. I mean, this is like such a strange, you know, game. It's sorry. Okay, so we have Hydra still continuing to kill off the third base. We have more reinforcing Hydra going up to the top left to probably just flank down this ramp, as he probably doesn't want to push up this ramp as it's too small. At the same time, we actually will be canceling off this Nexus here, which is just going to give him a further lead in this. We'll be morphing into the Lurkers up there as well. And Hydra will be engaging up here at the same time here. Should be able to clean up this number fairly effectively right here. And, I mean, tech-wise, I mean, he's mined out his main, and his natural is the only thing that's actually mining. And the only reason why that's actually still mining is just how delayed it was. So in that regard, it's been so far like it's been crazy. It's been absolutely it's absolutely ridiculous. But okay. So Hydra are gonna be advancing under the natural here, and once that goes down, he's gonna need to retreat for the time being. He's gonna need to regroup his Hydra. Because there's just gonna be too many cannons here with that DPS, and then they're doing 20 damage. With it STA and STS. Photon cannons. But he does have lurkers now, and these cells are going to be out very easily wiped away on the face of the earth and have their blue flames. That's what they should do, though. You know, those blue flames should like catch on to the Hydra and do like 20 damage. Just make them that more effective. Yeah, that's something that they really should be doing. Losing 4 Hydra right there, not best control coming out of Agar. And more reinforcing units are coming over here. 77 supply to 115. So, I mean, we're seeing a dominating situation here. We're seeing a base coming down at the 12 o'clock. Corsairs out, but just get completely just wrecked by Scourge. Alright, well, Scourge probably didn't even notice about that. That is a lot of High Templar, though, which is the direct counter to Hydras. Hydra are going to be coming again, and Lings are going to be coming down here, but Storm dodging fairly effectively, wasting a lot of Storms on not so many Hydras, actually. So, if that was intentional or not, I mean, I'd say that for Iger, if that was intentional, very well played to force multiple Storms right there. I mean, you can only get Storm dodge for so long before, like, Storms everywhere, but, you know, anyway, so he's still yet to break down this base here, but we're seeing no additional secret bases coming out of Vitroy right here. So, I mean, Ager's taken this game. It's just about the fact when he acknowledges the fact that he just needs to wait to get to 200 supply and then A move. That's all he needs to do. Even or just drop in the main base, like then his production facilities are done. You know, get drop going down. You know, those kind of upgrades. You know, that kind of stuff going down will definitely help. All right, so a lot of Archon in this mix here. Very good against Hydra Lings. He have an upgrade bench. He has 1-2 compared to 0 +2. Very like this must be the most cost-effective Protoss army ever. Okay, like, super well played, super fantastic, yeah, we'll clean up those Hydras very, very well. Very, very cleanly as well. Okay, so, I mean, not terrible. We do have continued production of double Evo chambers. We do have another engagement happening over here. We'll be able to clean up these lurkers, though, probably. Well, they're fairly low on shields, but reinforcing Hydras should be able to clean this up. So, I mean, I'm actually running out of stuff to talk to you. Like, I actually do not know what else to talk to you about right now. I think you should be able to clean this up fairly effectively right here, and yep, just clean that up. I mean, again, this is like between like Walk Blue or Walk's Blue, and Walk's Blue is a Zerg player, D-. And the guy, I'm like the biggest fan for Walk Blue, but anyway, game has the point. It's like I think I've shared this in one of my previous casts, but like it was a ZVT, and he was off like 8 bases on destination compared to like 2 bases of Terran. But Terran was bunkered in so hard, and he just kept throwing like mass Hydra at it, and just like performed and just started dark swarming, like hit like the tank, so the Hydra didn't do anything. And I'm like, It's like what is happening. Like somehow Arger is off of one base, defeating a 6-based Zerg. A 6-based Zerg, and he's still in this game. Like that is cost effective, ladies and gentlemen. That is way, like, ridiculously powerful. I just want to say that right now. I just want to like quickly, you know, acknowledge the fact. Okay, Zergling's making their way over here. Oh, look at all that Zergling blood over there. And again, it's just, like, Ling is not the unit comp you want to have. Like against this, like, too many cannons, too much DPS. Lurkers are like okay. Set up a contain. Now get up enough Hydra. I'm hearing stuff being loaded up into a shuttle. Probably High Templar going to doing a storm drop. I mean, it doesn't even matter. This is an exact reincarnation of what I saw between Walks Blue and that Terran guy. Except now we're seeing between two players that, I mean, he's consistently macroingly efficient. Oh my god. Oh, this is absolutely ridiculous. If Agra doesn't win this game, I'll be disappointed. Wait, I take that back. Okay, no, okay. He has like 900 minerals. Okay. I was actually clicking on a Protoss thing. Okay. Yeah, like Protoss is broke, but he has like gas units. I mean, like energy units that he's like able to defend. Like, I'll be disappointed by the end of this game, like, if he uses like all these minerals and is not able to like actually outproduce it. Okay, he has an upgrade advantage. He's yet to actually kill off these Dragoons. Okay, finally killing off Dragoons. Finally killing off these Zealots here. And losing a whole lot of, okay. So, I mean, I cannot tell you, like, what is going on. Like, this game should have been long over. Had the most bizarre openings. We're seeing Hydra Ling against Protoss. And we're starting to realize that that's a very sucky comp. All he has to do is like Dark Swarm, and then he burrows into Lurkers, kills off the Hydras, the energy deprived High Templar. They only have 2 storms for both of them, for like between the two, and he'd be fine. But no, is he even on a Hive Tech? Yeah, he is Hive Tech. He has not put down against the Defilers. Use them! Okay, but I feel like I'm being a little too, like, messed up. I'm being a little too mad at this guy. Okay, but anyway, Hydra gonna be pushing in here. Dying again. Ow. 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 There's a lot of Hydra carapaces right there. Okay, there's the GG. Now, for lower league games, I want to point out, sometimes it's so far off to pick out like what's wrong with their playstyle. It's kind of hard for me, really hard. Okay, learn standard builds might be a standard thing. I mean, we saw, I don't even know this player's name anymore. I mean, we saw Agar open with like 1 hatch 9 pool with speed. Okay, that's good. That's fine. That's standard. Or that's a legit build. Then proceed to put down and expand. Okay, that's good. And then got burrow, like burrowed Lings in his base. And then, you know, Protoss decided to defend off of 1 base, which is probably the worst possible thing to do on that map. He got his natural at like 16 minutes in game. Tried to take a 3rd, which was going pretty good. But then Hive just kind of went up there and killed it because he couldn't defend it. That was a very bizarre game. But I liked it. It's fun, but crazy. Ooh, okay. Okay, so what are we going to game number 2? That was a very, very hard game to cast. Like, there have been, of like the 6 games I've casted tonight, from I think like 6:30 when I started casting, I have cast like 6 games and they've all been like half an hour games. Okay, so Agar won that game. well played to him. Just very bizarre way to win a game of ZVP. But that's okay. I'm okay. So, if you guys are just tuning into this, why don't I just quickly brief over what I've casted so far. This is what I'm casting so far. If you guys look at the title, it's D-Rank's Individual League, or DR... Do not put the T. Do not mind the DRTL. It's supposed to be DRIL, D-Rank's Individual League tournament. You guys can even read it up here. So, first game's off match point. That's what we just saw. Then I casted Pui versus Arca. Arca played a pretty well. I mean, some of the games they were pretty much macro games, but more or less that was just because Arca didn't attack, and it's kind of hard to attack a mech Terran that's sitting off a 3 base. It's kind of hard to, which normally means they're longer games. But anyway, I'm sad that Lightning didn't make it down the round of 16 to the round of 8, because I like Lightning as a player. I've only seen him like once or twice, but I've casted him quite some times. And then we're on Agar versus Ewa, but Ewa, I believe, is now this random guy that's called Vitre. Vitre is what I call him. So I just want to put that out there. We're on game number 2. Neither of these players have shown any kind of adept skill at knowing what to do for that game, at least. Now, again, it was a very bizarre game. That was a very weird opening. Very weird to defend that. Not the normal way you defend. Normally you wall off. Normally you get with cannons. You're normally good. But didn't really stand out fast enough, I guess. But anyway, getting past that crazy game. That next map is going to be on Sniper's Ridge, which interesting protest map, because I actually feel like I actually favor more Zerg on this map. But hey, what have you? We're going on to the game number 2 on Sniper's Ridge, guys. These guys are very entertaining to watch, so I'm glad if anyone's tuning into this right now. So spawning in the top right, it will be the purple Protoss, Vitre Ramillon. I'm sorry I'm butchering your name, but I only speak English. I'm an American, so I tend to neglect other cultures by stereotype. So I don't try to, but I do not know how to pronounce your name, so I'm going to call you Vitre or Ewa, according to what the overlay says, because we're doing Agar on the bottom right, if you guys are referencing this, to Ewa. But I guess his name is Ewa, but I just call him Vitre, just so if this is a different guy with a walkover, that's where we're at right now. And then spawning in the bottom left, it'll be the Blue Zerg, who showed a very interesting opening build. Last game is going to be Agar, who's hitting 440 for his APM right now. So I'm going to go, leave the game while I'm changing up the overlay just to the color, so anyone who's tuning into this will know what these players' guys' names are. And this is going to be D-Rank Individual Season 2, round of 8. So it's going to be fun. Okay, so purple. That's a pretty nice purple color. Okay. Okay, so we're Sniper's Ridge. Now, both these players went very, very interesting builds last night. Agar went for like a 9 pool with gas, which he's doing again. Might be getting that gas. Probably putting that gas soon. And then he followed up with an expansion, and then got Burrow, and then burrowed in the main base, and it was like really bizarre. And then he burrowed in the main, in like the natural, and then he couldn't do anything because he got Burrow, and Protoss. Vitre decided to 1 base defend that, which you're not supposed to do, but you standardly do not do. So he burrowed a Ling in the base right there. Spoiler, by the way. And then he forced like 12-minute obs, which is just ridiculous. Which you don't always see. And then from that, I mean, Agar pretty much had free map control for all he wanted. So we'll see how it's gonna be going. He's gonna be going 9 pool into, I believe, 12 hashes. What it looks like it's gonna be. Now, if he wants to put down gas or what have you, I don't know. But now, again, I'm interested why Vitre would pick this map, or Ewa, whatever you guys want to call him. I mean, guys, I've been asking the viewers all night, if you know if Vitre is Ewa, please feel free to tell me. Because I can start calling him Ewa, and I feel much more comfortable calling him Ewa. But, okay. But anyway, yeah, we do have 6 initial links coming out right now. The macro hatch, or the span, does come up right now. And the reason why I say it is that you get these lurkers, you get Ling Lurker Muta a lot of the time it's what the main Ling Lurker Muta, Mutalisks, Defiler, Ling Lurker Muta, Defiler, into Ultralisks, as the main unit call, in general. I mean, you tend to stray away from Link from after like the very early stages of the game. So, but anyway, that's like the main units you go. I mean, and with Lurker, you put him on the high ground. You get because this is classified as the high ground. I mean, more specifically, right here, okay, get him on the high ground. The Dragoons now don't have that chance of miss, giving them an extra life, which gives you more time to reengage. But you know, on the flip side, that Dragoons also get that advantage when they're on the high ground. You know. But I believe, despite missile upgrades, I believe Lurkers do count as melee. I do not quote me, but I believe they count as melee. Okay, and we're seeing one base, Vitray, which I don't know how he's in the round of 8. But that's okay. He's made it to the round of 8. I do not see him advancing that far, as he's one basing again. Oh no! There we go. Okay, there we go. That's good. But he 9 pooled. Like, he hasn't scouted this yet. He 9 pooled, and this expand is extremely vulnerable. So what does he do? He sends down the Zealot down here to risk getting a run by, or he just takes it. And he's gonna risk the run by. Okay. And it's one of the problems of going this kind of like not forge fast expand builds, or at least going not gateway in the bottom of your ramp, so you can wall off. Yeah. So he canceled the Nexus, which is absolutely huge. Now it's block probes to defend the ramp. Now this would look differently if you had those 2 gateways. I believe he has 2 gateways. No, now he's getting down the forge. Okay. If those units, if these buildings were down here, and then now putting those probes down there would have been very, very different here. So I mean, now he can't really get punished for this Hydra bust. He's going the more standard Hydra bust. Okay, I didn't actually see this. You actually sent 2 Zealots down here. How many kills did he get? 1. You got 3 drone kills. So cost-effective Zealots for sure. But we'll be transferring probably down to the 3rd. We'll force down the links back, though. So, I mean, I guess it's kind of equaled out. I mean, both players have kind of, like, had, like, again, a bizarre opening. But, I mean, Link cannot engage us right now, and he's going to be very annoying to deal with it. Going to be making the Zealots the most cost-effective thing as they can. Yeah, he will lose his Zealots eventually. Problem is, I mean, now he's at risk of just a complete, just decimation of this natural gun. I mean... And the problem is, these Lings might get to that base before any kind of cannon's up. Well, actually, 1 cannon will be up, okay. And stuff should be able there to defend them. But, yeah, so he should be okay. Yeah. And, I mean, the 3rd's not saturated. The main base is probably not really saturated right now. I mean, it kind of throws both players off their main tech pass, because, I mean, most of the time you would want to see the lair done, which it is done. So, I mean, we'll see when the Hydrogen comes down, which should be coming down fairly shortly. It should be, Hydrogen normally comes up, like, well, like, where layers about 2/3 the way done tends to be. So, you know, you're somewhat moderately behind. Oh, and guys, feel free, the 14 viewers I have, you can use the chat. I've been talking to myself for, like, 3 hours now. I mean, like, you could totally, like, chat me up all you want. And I'm totally cool with it. Like, say hi. I probably, like, lost the majority of people because it's, like, this is, like, round of 8, it's not the finals, and it's, like, D rank, and it's probably not the most entertaining thing to watch. Okay, but Lings, will not be getting surrounded on themselves, so they will survive. I don't think they even penetrated the shields, no, they did not. So, do we have a Hydrogen yet? No, he's Fire first. Okay. Now, we have Cybercore coming down in 7 minutes. That is not standard. That should be coming up around 3:50. So around 3 minutes and 30 seconds delayed in tech. Okay, so yes, this is, I mean, I definitely say Vitray has some difficulty learning the build orders. I didn't know what to do. Dude, I feel like Vitray, you should just totally just go watch some epic, you know, regular, like, IPL, I mean, not IPL, that's IGN Pro League, sorry. Like, my cast, for example, there's like 1,000 games that I've casted. There's been, I mean, Hacklebeast, you can go watch his stream. He has, his YouTube is like Behind the Curtain Brood War, even though not a lot of people know about it. That will definitely help you with your Brood War, with your, you know, strategic positioning, but, yeah, it's a lot of cannons. But, you know, for good reason, I mean, well, I mean, he thinks Hydra Bust, but reality is meatless to there. And his main base does have cannons. So, does he realize this, or is he being safe? I think he's being more a bit safe. There's really shown no identification that he will be seeing this fire. However, he put, of course, Agger put his fire in the open and made him lose his fire. So I don't know. I mean, that fire is taking a lot of hits right now, and yeah, I think that fire's going down. He made a queue of all those moves like he'd want to. Now, what's he doing? He's going to be putting out another cannon. 2 more cannons are going to be falling. 3 more cannons coming up on the mineral line. See, meterless are not going to be the most cost-effective thing. Probably going to put even more cannons. Yep. Like, wow. Like, Citadel's up. DTs are probably going to be the follow-up to this. This tends to be very low league strategy. V-Tray, I don't know what you're doing. You're kind of just bunkering in. You're not really trying to punish the Zerg. You may be just trying to stay alive at this point in time. I feel like that's what you're trying to do. I mean, if you guys are just tuning in, because I see that we have 16 viewers again. I mean, like, he has bunkered himself in, like, so hard. Like, I feel like the best scenario for him to do right now is, like, literally get up another Spire, which he's doing right now. But again, he put in the worst spot possible. He's getting hydrogen. He could just go up to quick, like, Hive right now, and then just get up, like, Guardians, and then he'd win. Like, I'm not sure if you realize that. Just get an Overlord in that base, and then he's gonna be fine. I mean, DTs are gonna be, you know, part of a threat, but I mean, you know, get those Guardians to target fire down the High Templar. They do outrange Storm, and really can do a good amount of damage, but we're not seeing that. Mutalist, I don't think have really done anything. They've kind of just gone in there of what it looks like, and they've taken a lot of damage in general. So, in that regards, I mean, not being very super cost effective, I'd like to say, but well, you know, what have you. I mean, I can't, you know, moan to that. Ooh, sneaky third base again, but I mean, yeah, sneaky third bases are what's gonna get him back in this game. But the problem is, I mean, Agger found that out last game and just punched it. I mean, also keep in mind, I mean, Lings looks like they're even going to be going up that. Yep, he's going to know about the base. Yep, he's going to know about the base. And, you know, the problem is, Mutalisk Syrup. So, I mean, not only can he deal with this ongoing Zealot pressure for any far off expands, one Ling force cancels that entire thing because it's so far off. And the problem is, I mean, these Mutalisks, you know, just push back the Zealots here. He's got to be contained to base. I mean, he's getting upgrades, which I like. He's getting up Storm, which is significantly, well, actually, no. Well, that's pretty standard. Actually, that's actually in between standard timings, actually. Standard timings could be like 6 minutes where you rush for it, or like between like 9:30 and like 12 minutes. So, yeah, he's like in between. I mean, you don't see him like between 9 minutes, well, 9:36 or like 12:30. Timings for Storm in this matchup, just cause. Now, what would be really ballser would be, I think V-Tray can do one of two things right now. I think if he, for one, just GG's out because he's so far behind, probably be the best thing to do. Or number two is just get a shuttle with a Dark Archon and just mind control. Like, I really cannot see him winning. I mean, Zerg's not being punished for taking that third base. He's saying holy shit about something. He just heard Lurker somewhere. He's daydreaming though. We'll be checking out for any kind of far off fourth bases. But, you know, Agger's playing this very kind of, you know, conservative right now. I mean, not being super aggressive. But now since the Archon are out, you know, now that the Archons are out, I mean, they're going to be able to really do damage to those Mutalisks. And, you know, of course I was joking earlier. If anyone took that the wrong way, I was kind of joking. But just, you know, I mean, there's a possibility he can do damage, but, I mean, it's 91 supply to 90. And, I mean, Zerg at this stage of the game really should not be on the equal footing as Protoss. Because keep in mind, they have, like, that means they have double the units that you have for armor. Which, it's not a scenario where you want to be. But these Zealots are doing a big number, actually, and actually, V-Tray's doing a very good job on this, actually. I'm surprised. Are we seeing a Lurker tech? Yep, just started, though. Wow, he didn't even need Storm for that. He was just like, yo, I have enough Zealots to do enough damage, and yeah, he was doing a very good job on that. As one sole Archon just chilling in the back right there. I mean, Mutalisk should be able to clean up the rest of Zealots for sure. Just have a second just in case, though, so. Actually, you know, Pt.2's got himself back in this game, though. I mean, he's pulling out, like, mass Zealot. Which, I mean, you know, of course should be, you know, hard countered by Lurkers, eventually speaking. And especially, I mean, Archon aren't necessarily bad against Lurker, but, I mean, Lurkers do the full damage to Archon. So, I mean, when they're starting, they do, I mean, like, 28 damage when they're fully upgraded. So, when he's getting those upgrades going, which he's getting, he's already at +1 missile attack. So, I mean, those Lurkers, when they're +3, they're going to do a lot of damage to these Archons. But he's already at +2, so he's actually not doing terrible bad for upgrades. It's just so bizarre. I mean, look at the gateway count. 5, 10 gates, no, 9 gates of just pure Zealot. Zealot Archon, I guess, with Storm, I guess. So it definitely knows how to, like, deal, like, Pt.2 is not a bad player, he's just, he knows what unit compositions to go, which Aggro doesn't know, because Aggro's just massing up Mass Hydra, which can win games, just, sometimes just doesn't. I mean, we're gonna see, I mean, from the benefit of this, though, is that he'll be able to widespread his Hydra. He's nice storm dodging, though, not really utilizing that. And these, oh, he's using all of his High Templar. Oh. This is sad to see right now. It is quite hard to watch this. And even with that, okay, Lurker should be able to come up. Holy Batman, that's a lot of, what's it? Yep, okay. Well, look how fast that Archon dies. These Zealots should be able to clean up house, though. Yeah. I mean, seeing that Nexus come up as well. That lone Lurker. And you know, Aggro's not, I mean, definitely these players have the pros and cons. I mean, Pt.2 does not know standard build orders, which would help him win games outright. Because he knows, you know, standard stuff. He's just not executing it well perfectly. You know, with his engagements, he's not losing willy-nilly stuff that, like, unlike what Aggro's doing. I mean, you saw last game, Aggro made that game go on for, like, an extra 10 minutes that didn't need to happen. If he just went to, like, fast player. Fast hive this year. And they get Defilers. Still no hive, which should be coming up, like, now. This timing, these Zealots are actually really effective in this map because they push up a ramp here, but those legs, those eggs, oh no. If he just gets a Lurker in here, oh man. These Zealots will have some fun in the middle line of the third though, and these Zealots though, I mean, with their side blades of doom and destruction, man, they're just ripping apart stuff. Okay, now the photon cannons are being, you know, finally taken off down. It looks like this start will go down. As he's taking a lot of damage from these Lurkers, but now he's going to be able to put them up right here, and yeah, it's going to kill a lot of +1 reinforcements right there. Actually, that's a lot of Zealots though. The third actually has taken no damage. Actually, oddly enough, it's actually hitting the pylon and the probe. It's actually not taking any damage whatsoever on the Nexus. So more reinforcing Hydra. Is he getting plus? No, not getting +3 right now. We do have +2. Are we getting +3? No, +3 has stopped to exist. But oh man, this third base is not mine. This is really hard to deal with. 94, 96 supply, 2, 93, so actually dead even supply is supply blocked right now, though. We still had a ridiculously high gateway count, which I like to see. But he queued up like 4 Dragoons that could be producing out of 4 at once, which a lot of people are still doing right now, which you know, it's just a tendency to do, I guess. It's just, but, you know, what have you. Okay, so Lurkers are like, yo, let's do stuff, and they're killing off a lot of stuff. And this is what I mean. This map is just gonna, Lurkers are gonna be favored in this fight so much more. I mean, actually, it tends to be Lurkers are very, I mean, Lurkers are actually not that good against Dragoons. But because if they're on that high ground, they're just going to be able to push back that Dragoon. And that's why they really need a high Zealot count. That Ling has been jumping up all over. I've been eyeballing that all day. Unpowered Ken, that's why it's not firing. That Lurker is very damaged. Doesn't have enough for a Storm yet, but very nice spread. So, one Storm, like, if he gets a Storm, like, perfectly, it may affect these 2 Lurkers, but probably not even. These probably don't even know that. That's a lot of Lurkers, though. Probably, you know, Aegir, again, is probably in a situation where he could take, you know, like, 4 more bases and just power his way through. He's still not on high. He's probably Queen's Nest coming up, which it is. Very, very, very delayed late game. I mean, he just loves going Mass Hydra, which I've tried going. Just doesn't work. Mass Hydra just by itself does not work in Protoss. And this is where we're even seeing such an advantageous position right here. Oh, nice Storm hitting a lot of those Hydra. Get these Lurkers on the high ground, man. You need those on the high ground. Yep, there we go. Okay, so, I mean, a nice Dragoon army, but... And definitely macroing efficiently, except on this one gateway that's just, like, everything queued up. I mean, he's producing out a fair amount of these. I mean, he has, like, 5 idle gateways, which he probably wants to get out of. But, I mean, yeah, it's going to be very hard to break through these. I mean, again, they're doing the 24 damage. Sorry, when the max up, they do 26. Okay, he's starting to go Ultra, probably transition. As these upgrades are probably identifying. Or he's just doing Mass Ling. Crackling. Which isn't the worst thing against Dragoon, but the problem is Lings do crappy against this amount of cannons. And that's a... Yeah... He's not going to be able to bust through the natural, though. But, I mean, you know, he didn't have enough for a Nexus. He will not have enough for a Nexus, actually. Yeah. V-Tray is completely mined out here. I mean, there's really nothing he can do. All he can do is go for it. But we have another 7 Lurkers popping. With +2 Lurkers. Okay, there's a GG as he realizes, like, well, I can't do anything. Okay, so, you know, Aegir won, you know, 2 games in a row. Okay. So... You know, again, it's kind of hard to, like, others say that, you know, work on your build order. Because that's kind of what he needs to work on in general. Yeah, that's really what he needs to work on. He needs to work on his build order for, V-Tray or Ewi, or Ewa, whatever the guy's name is, that's playing for V-Tray, or V-Tray is playing for different ID, what have you. That will definitely help, you know, with that, like, build orders will, you know, get that natural that much quicker. Because keep in mind, Aegir is going for this Mass Hydra style. You know, do the standard Corsair opening, you know, get, you know, snipe off the Overlords. You know, those Hydra are not going to be nearly as powerful. And even in that position, you get that +1 with that build order, which not only helps against Ling, 2-shot Ling. I think you even cut down 1 extra shot from Zealot on Hydra as well. I'm not quite sure on that, but it might be. Anyway, it does more damage anyway, so it's just great anyway. But so you get those Zealots out, and then you can just target the 3rd if it's far away. You kill it off, and then Zerg's like, okay, what the hell do I do now? And then you're in, like, you can take your 3rd. And then it just goes off from there, whatever the heck you want to do. But, like, that opening is so powerful, that's why it's so used. And Zergs have difficulty with it. You know, like I was saying earlier, I mean, that forum post actually Zergs were saying how powerful, or Protoss saying how powerful that Hydra bust is. I mean, what I've seen, it has a very high fail rate, against Protoss. At least what I've seen in Clan League, which, you know, definitely fluctuates the level, which may be a reason. But. Okay, so shall we go to game number 3? I'm kind of interested to see what happens. Okay, so game number 3, Circuit Breakers. Big map, potential macro game. Which I'm not really looking forward to, but that's okay. That's okay. I still love casting Brood War. Okay, so spawning in the top left, it will be the Brown Zerg Aegir, who's won so far 2 games in a row in this series, in this best of 5. So if he wins this game, he's gonna pretty much absolutely just decimate his opponent right here. Who, you know, V-Tray or Ewi or Ewa, I forget what the other guy's name is. I mean, if you guys are just tuning in, well, I'll introduce the player. V-Tray, Ramin Union, cannot pronounce your name, as the Teal Protoss. You can see his name in the overlay. He'll be the teal Protoss running bottom left on circuit breaker. So, I just want to talk about Ro8 for a second. I'm gonna, this game's still gonna go on. Just feel free for a second. This overlay, just have your eyes go off to the bottom right for a second. You see Ella versus Agir. Ella, I feel like it's this guy just on a different ID, and that's the only thing I want to tell you about him. So I don't know. Again, if you know what this guy's name is, that is not the right thing I wanted to press on. I wanted just to share that with you. If you have any insight, feel free to tell me in the chat, in the stream chat. I'd be more than happy to give you a shout out if you really care about it. But more importantly, so I know who the heck this guy is. Okay, but Ro8 has failed to really done any kind of standard opening. Okay, finally putting down. Please put down a forge. Please put down a forge. Okay, and it looks like he's even gonna tie this wall off. Okay, that's good. Okay, now he's looking a little bit more standard here. 9 pool again. So Agir definitely likes this aggression style. I mean, definitely likes to go Massling Hydra, which we'll see. I mean, now we're starting to see a bit more of a standard-ish positioning here. Maybe he didn't know the last 2 maps. I mean, Sniper's Ridge, but he must have chosen Sniper's Ridge, though. Unless the winner picks map, which would be kind of ridiculous, but that should be link tight, though. That should be link tight. Even though it doesn't look like it, it should be link tight. Okay, gotta follow up with double cannon, or is he? I mean, Forge Fast Expand can be in multiple ways. A plethora of different ways to Forge Fast Expand. You can do Forge Gateway to Cannon. You can do Forge in a Nexus. You can do Forge Cannon Nexus. You can do Forge Cannon Gateway Nexus. You can do Forge Cannon Nexus. It's like so many different ways you can do it. It's just variations of it. But that's pretty much every single way you could really variation. So just going half before pool, getting those links up that much faster. But I think no. Well, he's gonna go not playing it super stand or not playing super safe. He's gonna be getting that Nexus first. But the benefit of that though is Agir does not know where he's positioned until now. So I mean we may not know what that's gonna be. What may not be sight of right now. So Ro8 is like, well, he doesn't know where I am yet, so I'm gonna go for this. So I mean, because the only reason why he can tell now is because he checked both other spawn locations, so he's gonna be okay. Now, that's a lot of links. He's not getting gas yet. Well, when I say that, he's getting gas, but he's not going for like Ling Bust against Protoss. He is. That is a big gap. He does not know these links are coming through. Okay, no, he apparently does. So will these? Well, interesting position of the cannon actually. It's really snug against that wall. What have you? Probably could even put it down here, maybe. Put it down on one. Doing this risky third build, so we're seeing pretty standard stuff actually by both players, unlike the last 2 games. I'm actually starting to wonder if this is like a different player. I mean, and their APM's probably like pretty similar. I don't really know. Didn't really give it much thought, but so yeah, going up to the natural right here, or the main base. I'm gluing my eyes on the mini map for any kind of crazy shenanigans. He may be trying to go for it. No. There's 2 cannons here. It's a little further off, though, so what it's not going to allow you to do, if you're going to get nitpicky about this wall, which I don't really get into, but I know Hacklebeast, I know Hacklebeast does that sometimes, but, which I think is more of a fan favorite than I am. But, okay, anyway, this cannon will defend everything but up to, like, here, I believe. I'm going on my way to say that, but I believe it is up there. So yeah, we're definitely more standard ZVP. Now, this Ling Bust, in my opinion, does not work. Reason for that is, like, Protoss is like, well, I don't even need a scout. It's just so meta right now that Protoss is like, well, I mean, what's he doing? He has Lings out. I mean, probably has a third base up. I mean, they even know just to check for a third base anyway. It's just like they just check for it now. And because of that, it makes some interesting games because it's going to force out very fast Templar archives. I mean, Cybercore is coming out very delayed Cybercore. Again, but not to the point where it's super terrible. I mean, it's probably going to get, I I've seen Forge Fast Expands end up getting like a 345 in Cybercore. So it's definitely a bit more delayed than what I'm used to, but that's okay. So yeah, he's actually going Spire beforehand, which, you know, kind of talking about... Now, do not bitch at me for this. This was a theory crafting idea, and I think I've disproved this theory for me a ton, but the idea was to stop this to make your Hydra Bust that much more effective. You know, what can Protoss do at this point for like figuring out what's going on? They really can't figure out what's going on. I mean, to be completely honest, I mean, they can get out OBS, but I mean, if you see a standard 5-minute Cybercore, I mean, you don't tend to get it out, so you have to get up those Corsair that much faster. So, you know, because of that, they kind of have to assume Hydra Bust. They have to assume, they just don't know what's going on. So a lot of times they assume Hydra Bust. I mean, that's why they're getting up, you know, 2 cannons, a lot of zealots, and etc. Not double Stargate, which is not even getting Stargate right now. So, Mutalisks, what the idea, what I thought would have been, you get these Mutalisks out to harass, and then you try to force in a counter push coming out of Protoss, or you just do a lot of economic damage anyway. So either way, you're in the lead, and then you go in there, you're in the open, and then you can storm dodge much more effectively out in the open. But the problem is with that, the problem is you invest so much in that Spire. It's just you can't afford to actually get your Hydralisks out in time, I believe. So I wouldn't know. I'd be interested in what he's going to be doing now with that. Now that might be the fault. That's might be exactly what he's doing. Does he get up, you know, Mutalisks, or is he just getting that Spire up in general because he wants to get up the Scourge? I mean, that's generally what they do. They tend to go. I mean, I normally see Hydra then Spire, but I mean, the thing is, he's going to acknowledge the fact that, I mean, even Zerg in their own right actually does this thing where they assume what's going on. But I mean, you can see here, there's not a single Stargate. But what this allows him to do is he gets very nice scouting information. So I mean, not bad at all for either way, but just kind of shows how far the meta, you can assume what your opponent does, and when your opponent doesn't do it, it's kind of like, well, what happened? So, what happened? So I can make the way into the natural here. Pretty good in Sim City here. Mutalisks are going to be out, so we'll just do that extra DPS. Yeah, he's going to be going Mutalisks first, though, so I don't think it's doing too much. But definitely the Mutalisks. Oh, he's just gonna run in. Oh no, he's gonna target fire the Spire again. Again, Iger's Spire positioning isn't really the greatest. And you know, remember, Mutalisks don't really do that too much damage against Zealots, because they do 9 damage to them, because they have armor of 1 by themselves anyway. So, I mean, definitely doing a lot of damage though. I mean, look how much, wow, that is doing a lot of damage. Probably should attack this base though. But that's okay. Wow, yeah, you know what V-Trey likes to do? He likes to go mass freaking Zealot. And it's hard to deal with sometimes. Especially for early game dragons. Those are just so beefy units. Is he gonna, I don't think he's gonna, I mean, he's done economic damage for sure. But he's kind of chosen the wrong base, in my opinion, to do this aggression with. I mean, keep in mind, he has another hatchery up here. He has 2 hatcheries here, so, he has 2 hatcheries, so he has 3 hatcheries in total. Here, he only has 2 hatcheries, so, you know, having that Zealot pressure over here, you know, would probably be more beneficial, because now he won't have a 3rd base here. Well, while he still has the natural up, he's taking a lot of drone casualties, but, I mean, he can just, I guess, get rid of every single drone in his main base and bring him down to the natural, which it's a little odd, but that's okay. Now, what do we see here? So, okay, we're seeing a morphing Archon. That's pretty awesome. But for tech for V-Tray, oh, sorry, I didn't realize this was so far off. It's a bit better for the overlay at least. Mutalisks are going to be in the base here. Will they be able to do enough damage? Okay, guess not. I'm a little surprised by that. If you're ready to go in there and kill off a cannon, I think the thing that you should have done is just go back, go behind here, and he's just losing all the Scourge, by the way. He probably just could have killed off his cannon, probably just sit back here. got quite a few drone kills, but I didn't realize that, or I just didn't want to. Probably too risky. But oh man, he has another Zealot in the main base. He's bringing up the Spire again. The most, in my opinion, the most dumbass place you can put a Spire, but he's doing it anyway. And he's killed off all these drones. And there's a lot of mutants here though, so they're going to be getting a lot of hits right now. But still not even broken with shields though. Okay, this is actually doing a lot of damage to Agir right now. Agir is not used to this pressure right now. I can tell you that right now. He does not know how to deal with this pressure. I mean, man, Hydra really aren't that great against Zealots in general until you get really a lot of them. Oh man, he's just like powering through the amount of Zealots he's making right now. Like Zealot Templar, man, he's like. Okay, he's going Ling against Mass Zealot. It's not the way you circumvent this. Mass Ling does not counter Mass Zealot. It just does not work. How many kills? Like 11 frickin' kills. 12 frickin' 13 frickin' kills on that one Zealot. Jesus. 14 frickin' kills. Man, that 15 frickin' kills, man. What is that Zealot doing? Man. Oh my goodness. I mean, not only has he nullified the natural, he's nullified the main base of just drone saturation. Like, when do you see this? Like a 12-minute ZVP. Like, the whole main's just not mining. Bizarre, bizarre, bizarre. I have seen the most craziest builds in this like, matchup in general. It's just like economic damage. I'd give the you know, I'd give the lead to V-Trade right now, at least. Granted, he's losing his third base right now, but which I'm hoping it cancels. Which I hope he cancels. Did he cancel that? He didn't cancel his Nexus. Like, the one thing to cancel once being attacked. The Nexus. Okay, now we're even having Zealots going up to the third base. This is why you don't go Mass Zealot, ladies and gentlemen. This is why. That is why. Because the Zealots are like, and they just kill everything with their side blades of destruction with +1. Spire's up again, but I mean, again, this is probably the worst spot to put it. In my opinion. Okay, there's GG by Agir. Okay, so we finally saw a non-macro game. So Mass Zealot can work in your favor. Very interesting how it worked. I think Agir is. I don't think what he did wrong. Well, he's going Spire first, which I don't think you normally do. I could be wrong. But I think you Hydra done before Spire. I'll look in that for Clan League videos, and I'll try to get back to that. But yeah, and I think there's one thing he's not getting enough Hydra. Well, the thing is, he got Spire, which got. Well, the thing is, he kind of meted him in a way because I'm not sure if he purposely metagamed him. Which I mean by this is like he got Scourge and he's like, well, what the fuck do I do with these? Because now they don't do anything. They scout. And then it's like, well, shit, I have a lot of Zealots coming to my base. What do I do? Hydra, not so good. You didn't have to worry about Storm right now, but I mean, Zealots just by themselves are really good against Hydra. So, I mean, we should have seen a lot of Sun Colonies go down. Better Sim Cities, potentially. Get those Evo Chambers to fill up those gaps. I think it's probably the best thing you could have done. Don't do the risky third build. I mean, that's standard though. But, yeah, he kind of just out-meted him. He's like, yeah, you know, screw Stargate. I'm just gonna go Mass Zealot. I'm gonna own your ass. And you want to meta someone? Do that. That's how Ro8 wins this matchup. Just go Mass Zealot right now, and it works. Now, of course, I mean, maybe not great scouting information that we probably could have seen, but hey, go to the natural, see what's there. Put Lings there. Okay, what do they have? Okay, that's a lot of Zealots coming to my base. What do I do? Put down 5 freaking Sun Colonies and boom. And they pew up their little like I was trying to do it with the thing when it like curves down. You know that comes out of the hole it's at. It's like ba-doom. It goes ba-doom, 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 ba-doom. Like somewhere. No. They're subterranean spines. That's what it's called. Okay, so we're going to game number 4. Somehow we're going to game number 4. I was gonna go my favorite to go to the third player. But guess that didn't happen. That's okay. Next up is gonna be a destination. I am so happy. Destination, my favorite map ever. I am so happy. I'm a happy camper.